Mortgage Partners. We have Sam Fallon of Guaranteed Rate. Some of you have met Sam when we introduced them pre-holidays. So Sam, are you with us?
Hi, I'm here.
Hi there, how are you?
Good morning.
So what good word do you have for all of us today about mortgages?
Well, first of all, I just want to say hi, everybody. I hope that you had a good holiday with your families, and Happy New Year. Let's have a Happy New Year. It's good to see so many people on the call this morning. I just wanted to reintroduce myself again. My name is Sam. I'm excited to work with all of you. Just a couple things this morning I wanted to mention. Since we're in a new year, it is important, if you have buyers that are self-employed, make sure that their pre-approval is up to date. A lot changes between the period of January 1st and April when they can start to file or have to file by. So make sure your self-employed borrowers have an up-to-date pre-approval, and strategize if anything's going to change when they do file as far as that employment. Make sure that they're going to be good to go if they don't find something before they need to file by. And the other thing I just wanted to kind of let you guys know is that we have a really awesome 100% financing program. It's for both conventional and FHA. It's a true 100% financing program where they can basically roll in the down payment and closing costs up to $20,000. So if they have less than $10,000 liquid in their checking account, we are able to do a true 100% financing program, which is awesome. I do it a lot for condos, especially conventional buyers who had little or no down payment, can't go FHA because the condo is not FHA approved. We do have this great program where we can kind of finagle that sometimes into a conventional 100% financing program, which is awesome. So just something to keep in mind. And I'm trying to get you guys all out kind of a breakdown of some of the programs that we do have, including that one, because it's super helpful in this market. Do you guys have any questions?
Absolutely.
So how do we get your contact info?
I will send out an email blast to all of you. So that way you have my contact information, and then also Nick's, who's also on my team, will go ahead and get that out to everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Great.
Also,
and
Sam,
maybe you can put it in the
if
chat
you want to
box
put your
today.
contact info in the
Absolutely.
chat, feel free to do that as well.
Okay, great. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Sam. Great stuff. Appreciate it. Okay, moving on to our guest speaker today. We're thrilled to have James Shaw with us today. We mentioned that to many of you on the call yesterday. James is with us today, and we're going to be talking about a family reunion and why we should all be at family reunion. So I want to introduce James. James, I hope I do a good job of this. So James is a very
just read what I
accomplished
sent you.
real
You'll be
estate
fine.
professional. James, just real quick, he is a fellow marathon runner, James. He is let's see, he started out as a buyer specialist on a team, a very large, successful team. He was a team leader of 2 market centers. He is a former Bold coach extraordinaire, for sure, James. And now he's running one of the largest real estate Facebook groups, Pivot Shift Ahead, with more than, I believe, James, over 80,000 members. So that is incredible. So I'm going to turn it over to you, James. And I think we should hear a little bit more about Pivot Shift Ahead real quick before we talk about family reunion.
No, thanks for inviting me. I love you guys. I haven't been up there in a long time, and we had a great Bold up there. I did a Shift class for you up there back before Shift was cool, right? And now Shift, you guys are always out in front. Now Shift is cool. So yeah, Pivot Shift Ahead. I know Donna Gilbert's on, and she's on it pretty much with us every morning. We do this little call at 8 o'clock Eastern time every morning. We've done it since March, and I invite you to join us. Just a little something to give you some inspiration before you put in the perspiration. And so yeah, I invite you to check that out. I can put the link in the chat here in just a little bit. So if you want to jump on the Facebook page, if you're not a member, and join the daily call, that would be great. And the whole idea was, look, on March 16th, everything changed. We had to get after it, what we were going to do to keep moving in the right direction. And that's important. It's easy to get distracted. We could get distracted about what happened yesterday. I thought Rick did a great job of setting perspective for us. Let's address and then move forward. And that's what we do on that page. So anyway, I'd love to see you. Okay, should we
Great.
talk about
And, hey,
family
Donna,
reunion?
Are you here, Donna?
I am.
What's that?
I am here. I am here.
Donna,
Good morning, everybody.
Donna, just comment real quick, 'cause
Yeah, so
James mentioned you. Tell us a little bit about that.
Debbie Orr and I have been on since the beginning in March when we didn't know if the earth was going to stop spinning or not. And Rick started this by talking about a servant leader. I mean, there was no better definition of a servant leader than James Shaw. Someone on the call said when we were doing a gratitude Tuesday, said that when in the time of need, James threw us all on his back and carried us through. And it couldn't have been true. I don't know what this year would have been like without it. Now, and you've heard that you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. If you're not on this call, you want to be, believe me, you want to be. It's not only business building, but it is emotional support. It is real, it is authentic. And yeah, you can get business from it too. We get referrals, we get to know each other. Be there. It is so uplifting. James tells us every morning after we talk, now you've gotten your inspiration, now go put in the perspiration. And it's just uplifting. And thank you, James, for everything.
Donna, thank you. I love you. You're so sweet. Do you know that this year
Thanks,
on the
Tom.
call, we created 5 MREA agents, 5 of them at least, 5 people who've been on the call every day since
Wow.
March, crossed over $1 million in GCI for the first time. To say we created them is a bit much. And yet to know that they're using that as part of what's helping get them going is great. Here's the other thing is, look, I think you guys, you have what, 130 people sitting on here, Steve, and you guys do this every day? That's amazing.
Yes, every day, 9 o'clock, crush it.
And is
call.
this your
Yep.
group that you have 130 like every day?
For the most part, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yesterday,
That's amazing.
I mean,
Well-
yeah, it's around that.
You guys are a great group up there, and it's amazing to see that you already are buying in to doing the right things to move you forward. And so I just real quick, and I don't want to take a lot of time. I'm thinking about something though that I learned from John Maxwell. You all know John Maxwell, I'm sure. And the guy's only sold 35 million books. And in November, I had a chance to go to an event with him called Exchange and sat in the room with him. And he said something that I thought was great. He said, the way that you grow comes from 2 things. First, preparation on the front end and reflection on the back end, right? That's how you grow and get better. And when we think about it, what tools and systems and things can we put in place to help us prepare and reflect? And the nice thing is KW does it for us. Every year they do family reunion and mega camp. And I look at it as family reunion as our prepare, mega camp is our reflect. And if you're going to grow, you got to do both of those things. Now, Jody put in the chat yesterday, it was over 150 people. So I show up and we lose 20 people just like that. I just got to point that out real quick. Thank you, Jody. You're making me feel good. Here's the thing about family reunion. You're in Connecticut. I'm in Florida. We were supposed to hop on airplanes and fly to Las Vegas. I don't know about you. After being on planes all the time, like Connecticut to Vegas, that's a long flight. And it probably costs, what's it cost, Stephen? Well, first you got to go to JFK. You can't go out of LaGuardia, which is much more convenient. So you got to go to the JFK
Yep.
or down to the Newark. And now you can go nonstop from the JFK to the Las
Correct.
Vegas. But what's that going to cost you? $250. Then you got to get a hotel in Vegas.
Yeah, 350, somewhere around there.
$350. Okay.
Yep.
You got to get a hotel in Vegas. Now you can get one for $35, except you don't want to stay in it. Any hotel room you want to stay in is going to cost you $350 a night. And you're going to be there for 4 or 5 nights. And then you got to pay $800 to go to family reunion. Or what is it? 109 or something like that, or $80 or whatever it is, to go this time. And you can sit on your couch and attend the stuff you want to attend. I would say that this is the year, if you've never been, to go, because you're going to prepare and reflect, and that's how you grow. And finally, the last thing is I'd ask you this question. And in fact, you should write it down right now. Everybody write it down. Write down as you reflect on 2020, what was the biggest challenge you had in your business? Just jot down on a piece of paper real quick as you reflect on 2020. What was the biggest challenge that you had in your business? And I'd love it if a couple of you would write it in the chat. Could a couple of you write it in the chat? What was the biggest challenge? First, Steve, finding your Instagram was a big challenge for some people. So we need to find your Instagram.
I guess so. Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
have to take a look at that.
mindset. Marvin says mindset was a big challenge. Keep typing them in. I want to type in your biggest challenge. Getting leads. Dorothy says getting leads. Staying focused. Mary says staying focused. I mean, you'll see them come in, and y'all have a challenge. Here's what I will tell you: whatever your challenge is, there's going to be a panel of 3 or 4 people who experienced the same challenge that you've experienced, except they figured out a solution. And if you've ever been in Bold and been in Bold with me, you know there's a Bold law that says focus on the plan, not the problem. And Donna says you're going to be the people you hang out with. If you want to solve that problem, hang out with people who've solved that problem. And the best way to do that is family reunion. Steve, I hope that helps. And I hope that added a little bit of value to your people. It's about reflection,
Yeah.
preparation, and reflection. And we do that by attending events like this.
Absolutely. Thank you, James. James, so I mean, Family Reunion is one of my favorite KW events of all time, and it's just amazing. I think this would be my 15th or 16th. I mean, there's no better way to network with our KW family and to hear from the best, like you said. And this is such a unique opportunity to do it from the comfort of your couch. that
It
I
really
think
is. Yeah.
Anyone who doesn't do it, you're missing out on something.
You know, the other thing I would add is you do want to connect with people, because right now I was talking with Debbie about this on, Debbie and I chatted on New Year's Eve for about 20 minutes, and we were talking about this. The number of people who are moving out of the city and coming to like where you guys are, or maybe they're going to Bergen County in New Jersey or something like that, Hudson Valley, they're going up there. The people that are moving out, they're coming to you. You already don't have any inventory anyway, and it costs like $6.4 million to buy a house in Stamford. Here's the thing. You want to be in relationship with those agents because you're a destination. When I was there doing Bold, Steve, is when GE said they were leaving. People were rolling out. Now they're rolling
Correct.
in. You need to get those referrals. It's a chance for you to connect with them. You're exactly right.
Yeah, definitely. And James, this year, what are you hearing? What are we expecting? 60, 70,000 attendees at Family
Something like
Reunion?
that. And you know what's so fun about it is we don't have to wait in line for coffee.
Absolutely, absolutely. So anybody have any questions for James? He's a busy guy. We don't want to take too much of his time, but any
Hey, I'm
questions
honored to
about
talk
Family
to you. I
Reunion?
love you
Or-
guys. So I'm honored to be able to speak with you. You have a great leadership group there who I just love. Yeah, Donna says she doesn't have to wait in line for the ladies' room. At my house, you do. So anywho, I love this leadership group. If I can ever help anybody, let me know. And I would love to see you on the pivot call in the mornings. Donna, people jump on at like 7:30, 7:45, and we have a little chit chat. Then we jump on the Facebook at about 8 o'clock, and we're done by 8:20, and we go get after it. So I'd love to see you guys there.
People on the West Coast are getting up for that 8 o'clock call.
We have, no,
we-
do you understand? We had people on yesterday. We had agents from Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
It's a 6-hour time difference. So that's what, 2 o'clock in the morning there or something like that. We have people get on from South Africa. I don't know the time difference there. It's what, probably 10 hours ahead. So something like that. I don't know. Anyway, you can jump on too. It'd be great to see you.
That's great. James, what is everybody, there are a couple of comments in the chat box about clubs. What is the club aspect
Oh,
of
the
that?
Clubhouse thing. I don't know about that. I am learning
Yeah.
about it. I did a live stream of the pivot call this morning on the Clubhouse. So do I plan more Clubhouse rooms when I figure out how to use it? Yeah, I'll do more Clubhouse rooms. That would be great.
Very cool. Very good. Well, no questions for James. I want to
Hey, thank you. I appreciate
so much,
all.
James,
Have a good
for
one.
taking the time.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Thanks, guys. Make it a great day.